The good people of Oka North and South Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Anambra State. Mine is very brief. Like you said, that democracy is also a process where you give other people a chance to speak. And we're celebrating 25 years of independence, 25 years of unbroken democratic system. And for me, this celebration is coming to me with so much mixed feelings, because Nigerians are all watching us. Nigerians are listening to us. Those people we are representing are listening to us. How much of this democracy, unbroken democracy that we are celebrating today, how has it translated to, unbroken food security? How has it transferred and transformed into unbroken security in the nation? How has it transformed into unbroken access to education, access to healthcare? And we're talking about celebration of democracy. The democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. And it should actually change the lives of our people. We are representing our people. Our people are hungry back home. For me, to be honest with you, Mr. Speaker, there is nothing to celebrate.
Oh, you're saying we should not celebrate
so we should
democracy?
be looking at celebrating food security. We should be looking at celebrating access to health care. So we should be looking at celebrating. There are a lot of things to celebrate. We know that we have had unbroken. Excuse me, please. I need to be protected. I need to be protected, Mr. Speaker.
You are protected, but democracy is what is protecting you.
So
democracy has given you that place you are standing.
We have on this floor.
To be a parliamentarian, it's democracy that gave you that platform. Are you saying you are not celebrating it?
How has it impacted? We need it to move a step further. We need it to move a step further. If I am here and it has brought me here, how has it impacted my own people? That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much.
So please,
thank you.
We are celebrating, I am celebrating, but we should be able
you are celebrating it now.
Implement what we have been doing here.
Okay, thank you. So you are celebrating it now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, Professor B has ended up saying that she is celebrating democracy. That's the...
Wow, absolutely beautiful. Watching this beautiful lady airing her mind on the floor of the House of Representatives. How did you feel watching that video? I mean, what was your reaction seeing this beautiful lady airing her mind on the floor of the House of Rep? For me, I was super pumped. I was excited to see a bold, courageous lady speaking the mind of the people that voted for her, the mind of the people she is representing. She was bold and fearless in the midst of men that have gone silent, men that have gone mute, men that have sold their conscience. Despite the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajudeen Abbas, trying to intimidate her, trying to ridicule her, she stood her ground and spoke fearlessly. Kudos to her, congratulations to her, and I'm so happy every Nigerian out there, they are super proud of you, madam. And for context, she is Professor Lillian Obiageli Orobu, a Labour Party member representing Oka North and South Federal Constituency in the House of Rep. She's one of the 17th women elected to the 10th National House of Assembly. Obedient, this is one of your products. This is what you all betted in the last general election. You know, most people, they are feeling sad that P2B did not win the election, but they did not know what the Obedience movement betted. The Obedience movement betted a revival in Nigeria, electing these fearless and bold ladies. Come on, kudos to every one of you out there that is called Obedient. You've done something marvelous. Now, let us go to the discussion proper. In as much as I'm so happy that this woman stood her ground so fearless and bold to speak on the floor of the Federal House of Rep, I feel so bad looking at the reaction of the men on the floor of the House of Rep. Did you see how disturbed they were? Did you see how unbothered they were? Somebody was narrating the audience of average Nigerians on the floor of representatives. The floor of the representatives is where they can make law positive law that will affect the life of every Nigerians out there, and somebody was talking about Nigerians and they felt unbothered, they felt unconcerned, they felt disturbed. Even the Speaker of the House of Rep tried to intimidate her, tried to ridicule her. The Speaker was so bothered, like he didn't want to hear what she was talking about. And this begged the question, Nigerians, how did you end up voting these men in power? These men, they appear so soulless, they appear so cruel, they appear like they are being cut off from the reality. Not they are being, this is the reality of it. These men are cut off from the reality. They don't feel the pains of average Nigerians. Of course, they don't feel the pains of average Nigerians because they have access to your phone. Now, how did you vote them in? Did you listen to their manifesto at all? Did they make any promise to you? Because they were supposed to come to you with a problem they had to fix. Now, most of them have been in the House of Rep, in the National Assembly for 20 years. Whenever they come back to ask for re-election, do you ask them, what have you done to the power we gave to you? Do you question these people? Do you hold grudges for them when they don't perform well? Because I don't understand how these men are so unbothered when the cases and issues of Nigerians are being discussed where they were meant to be discussed. They are representing Nigerians, for crying out loud. They are not representing Tinubu. Now, back to what she was talking about. What are we really celebrating? Democracy. I mean, in what sense are we celebrating democracy? Democracy has in no way impacted the life of average Nigerians. 24 years of uninterrupted democratic precedent, we are yet to actualize the real tenets of democracy. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people and for the people. A government of the people electing their representatives to represent them. 24 years of uninterrupted democracy, we cannot conduct a credible, fair, and peaceful election. What sort of democracy is that? Democracy is meant to bring the government closer to the people. But from what you've watched here so far, you can see that these people are far away from the people. No road, no power, unemployment, millions of out-of-school children, poverty, insecurity, abuse of human rights. That is all we've had after 24 years of uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria. And you say you're celebrating democracy. What exactly are you celebrating? There is nothing to celebrate today in Nigeria. Some persons don't even have access to good portable drinking water, ordinary water the government cannot provide to her people. You are celebrating democracy when millions of Nigerians are out there hungry. You are celebrating democracy when the purchasing power of the people has been reduced drastically. You are celebrating democracy when Nigerians cannot even afford to buy basic food like garri. We're not even talking about rice. Rice is now goods of a suspicious value, like gold, like Rolex, like sports cars. Nigerians can't afford rice anymore, and you're celebrating democracy. You're celebrating democracy when Nigerians are living in IDP camp in the northeast, even in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territories. Nigerians are living in IDP camps. You are celebrating democracy when Nigerians in North Central, the Middle Belt, are being massacred and killed in their numbers. They can't sleep with their eyes closed. You are celebrating democracy when millions of Nigerians are roaming the streets of the Northwest in the form of the Amajeri system. They cannot even afford or access good quality education. You are celebrating democracy when insecurity is the order of the day. Every part of this country is besieged with one form of insecurity or the other. You are celebrating democracy when all the institutions in this country have been captured. The police, INEC, judiciary, they've all been captured. They are no longer loyal to Nigerians. They are no longer loyal to the people. They are not loyal to an individual. They are not loyal to the president. Because I don't understand how the National Assembly will pass in a law abolishing our national anthem without a public debate, without a discerning voice. How does that happen? How? And I can tell you for real, that national anthem was abolished because of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was his desire to change the national anthem to the old one. And you tell me that you are practicing democracy. You are practicing democracy when abuse of human rights is the order of the day, where a journalist will be kidnapped by the police for writing an investigative article. And you tell me you are celebrating democracy. You are celebrating 1 year in office when inflation has risen to 40. You are celebrating 1 year in office when you've reduced the purchasing power of the people. You are celebrating 1 year in office when you've made Nigerians hungry. You are celebrating 1 year in office when insecurity is the order of the day. You are celebrating 1 year in office when there is no policies out there that shows that in the next 3 years things will be better. And all you do is to sending your people to come on national television and brandish lies, propaganda that you've done enough for 1 year in office. You've done absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you want to know if you've done something, go to the streets and feel the pulse of the people. Let Nigerians tell you what you have done. Only Nigerians will be able to tell you if you've done good so far. But so far, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your government is a colossal failure. Your government has failed to meet the expectations of Nigerians. No amount of fact tweeting, no amount of propaganda will change the fact that Nigerians are going through one of the most excruciating pain in history under your government. And to those men and women there that are silent, that are soulless, that don't want to listen to the voice from Nigerians, it is time for you to let them know that you gave them the power. It is time for you to let them know that you can decide whether they will remain there or not. Of course, you have the power. The last election showed that you have the power to decide the future of any of these men and women that call themselves politicians. Many of them were not returned because you decided that they are not going to return. It is time for you to start electing credible leaders that will have conscience to speak for you and make laws that will affect your life generally, not abolishing the national anthem because someone they are loyal to, someone they pledge allegiance to, someone they respect more than you want it to be changed. It is time for you Nigerians to rise up and change your country, and the only way you can do that is by the power of your vote, and you must not in any way sell it. Once again, kudos to these ladies and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. I'm Professor Lillian Obi Orogu, member representing Awka North and South Federal Constituency. Last night, I was inundated with calls that dragged my attention to the video that has gone viral, where the goods of our people were not only destroyed, but burned by the boys of Awka Capital Territory Development Authority under the supervision of the MD, O.C. Onuko, who was directed by his leader, the governor of Anambra State, His Excellency, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. I watched that video with utter dismay. My heart broke when I saw a woman struggling with her last life, her last breath, to rescue her goods. I am a law-abiding citizen. I believe in maintaining law and order. In cases like this, it is expected that we don't go to the extreme, because the law is made for the man and not man for the law. There should be a human face when we want to implement laws. It is extreme to burn the goods of our people. When they break the law, especially this kind of law, there should be option of fine. And we shouldn't take laws into our hands. You cannot fight lawlessness by being lawless. It cannot be seen as wanting to uphold the law by being lawless. So what is the difference between the two parties? We can use the option of mobile court. I am not supporting any form of breakdown of law and order. This video breaks my heart. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are suffering. The economy is too harsh. People are suffering.
to burn the goods. What do we achieve by that? To what end? To what means? We should have a human face when we're doing these things. And I wept last night. I closed my eyes to sleep. I was taunted by the video where the woman was struggling to rescue her goods. And I saw tears dropping from my eyes. That is a woman struggling to raise her kids. Let me tell you the implication of this act. These children of this woman and all the people involved in this action, all the victims, you harden them. You begin to breed criminals and prostitutes in our society. Where is the option of building markets? Even if it's a mini market, I relocate them to that. Since they have stubbornly refused to leave that place. That is why we are elected. Build a small market, build something, relocate them, and then be able to barricade that place so that they don't come there to trade again. This action is condemnable. This action is barbaric, and I am so unhappy about it. If there's nobody that will speak, I will speak, because these are my constituents. I have been voted to speak for them. If anybody expects that I will not speak, then this person is making a huge mistake. I did not speak when he came to the GEO. These same people were the people that carried that act, that barbaric act, where they beat up the driver of the GEO. I didn't speak. At Amobia Junction, at the express, somebody's gas plant was demolished. This man paid for that gas plant.